Greetings, Commanders. I'm Commander Gypsum, and today we're going to take a look at the Federal Assault Ship, and I am wondering, is the Federal Assault Ship the new RES King? As you know, I've been a big fan of the Vulture for RES bounty hunting. It's really been a phenomenal ship, but I've spent some more time with the Federal Assault Ship, and I think it just might be a Vulture replacement. So we're going to take it out for a quick hunt and see how it stacks up to the Vulture, and see if just maybe this is the ship to go to now to replace the Vulture if you've got a little bit extra credits. Okay, so we're going with a military grade composite bulkheads, an A6 power plant, A6 thrusters, A5 frameshift drive, D5 life support to save on some weight and power, A6 power distributor, D4 sensors to save on weight and power, standard fuel tank, an A5 shield generator, a D5 hull reinforcement package, A4 fuel scoop, an E3 cargo rack, the G2 planetary vehicle hangar, which uses a little bit more power but weighs less, one vehicle, and of course an advanced discovery scanner for when we're traveling. For hard points, we're going with one large gimbal pulse laser, one large plasma accelerator, and we're going with two medium class gimbal pulse lasers. And of course we want a kill run scanner. We're going with the class Charlie because that gives us 3-kilometer range, which is pretty decent, and the rest we're going with shield boosters. Livery, we're just going with the standard. I don't really like this one with the Black Friday paint job. And you know what? I don't think we put a bobblehead in here yet. So let's put a bobblehead in number 10, which is kind of my favorite spot to put one for some reason. And we're doing the female pilot in memory of Patricia. Now for our modules, you can pretty much put them however you want because the assault ship has plenty of power for everything that we're powering. I like to put the frameshift drive in 2, the planetary vehicle hangar in 3, the cargo hatch in 5, and the fuel scoop in 4. That seems logical to me, but you can put it in whatever you feel like is best. Fire groups, we're putting all of the pulse lasers in 1, plasma accelerator in 2, and then on our secondary, we're putting the advanced discovery scanner in 1 and kill warn scanner on 2. I have done that opposite in the past, but I'm doing this one with the X55, and the secondary button feels a little bit more natural for some reason, so I'm putting that one in 2. Alright, let's get out there. Okay, so we're back in my favorite system, 1952 SETI, for bounty hunting, I must say. And we're going to see how we stack up here in this hunt. Hopefully we got a good roll with the random number generator gods, and hopefully we got some good ships here to fight. Now, full disclosure, I'm recording this on Christmas on my laptop, and I'm a little bit drunk. So, yeah, all cards on the table. So if this video is a little bit different from my regular ones, that's because I've imbibed. It's Christmas. I can do that kind of thing. Alright, so first ship here is a federal gunship. And he is indeed wanted. And he's giving us the scan. And it looks like we just might crash. Oh yeah, we just had a little bit of a kiss there. We both lose 1 ring. Okay, so let's get to work here. So it looks like he's going to pop chaff right off the bat. That's okay because we are super close and we've got plasma accelerator, which isn't going to be affected by chaff. Now the gunship I've spent a little bit of time with in the 2.0 beta, and I gotta say it's actually a pretty good ship. I was surprised how well it handles. If you look at Coriolis, it says that it's got a maneuverability of 2 out of 10, which sounds terrible. but it's actually very maneuverable. I'm surprised at how maneuverable it is. Seems like all of the federal ships now are quite the hunters. Alright, so we already took down the power plants. Now we just need to apply more pressure, and we get the pop. Alright, so as you know, I've always been a huge fan of the Vulture. The Vulture is super maneuverable. And it's really just been the go-to ship. You can just put 2 pulse lasers on it, and you just go to town. What do we got? An Eagle. That's not much of a challenge, but we'll see if he's wanted. And lately I've been putting a beam laser and a cannon on. You don't get as quick as kills maybe as 2 pulse, but I don't know, it's a little bit of an interesting change up, and I've actually put on double plasma accelerators as well, which has been pretty interesting. But the Vulture you can outfit for about 7 million, and you can start making some really good money, which is really saying a lot. 7 million credits, starting an excellent bounty hunting ship. Yeah, that's really saying a lot. So if you've got a limited budget, the Vulture is definitely the way to go. But the Federal Assault Ship, it just might be a replacement if you've got some extra credits. So here we go with the Fer-de-Lance. Now the Fer-de-Lance has been buffed in 1.5 and 2.0. It's become a lot more maneuverable, and now it's got a Class 6 power plant. So it's actually a really great ship right now for PvE bounty hunting. It's always been kind of a go-to ship for PvP, but I've never been a fan of PvP. So I have been using the Ferdy as PvE, and it is really good, but it is quite expensive. It can cost about 80 million fully outfitted, which is a pretty good chunk of change. Alright, so the shield's are already down. Now, the good thing about the Fer-de-Lance is you can get the shields up into the 900 megajoule range, which is considerable. Where the Federal Assault Ship, you're maxing it around, I think, around 400 megajoules, which isn't great. But the Ferdy here looks like he's not putting up too much of a fight. We got his shields down pretty quickly. Let's see if we can get a plasma off. It's pretty maneuverable. Yeah, we missed, but that's okay. He's already dead. So why go with the Federal Assault Ship if you've already got a Vulture? Oh man, I'm having some button issues here. The Federal Assault Ship has a lot more internal compartments, so it can be used more of a multi-role, where the Vulture is pretty much a one-trick pony. Now, of course, you can put a planetary landing hangar in it, all that good stuff, but you're really kind of lost on cargo and fuel scoops. So the Federal Assault Ship really just has more options for you, which is important if you want to land on planets and whatnot. Now this is just Cobra Mark III. It's still got some excellent speed, but it's not going to put up a fight against the Federal Assault Ship. I did mess around with the Cobra Mark IV recently just to see if I could get anything out of it, but really, it's really a ship best avoided. The best I could do is double pulse in medium, and then 3 small cannons. And that was okay, but man, it just really wasn't worth using. You're really better off with a Viper starting off, and then maybe going to a Diamondback Scout, which is also really good. If you watched Stellar Remnants at all, you saw I used the Diamondback Scout for the most of that recording. And it can take on vultures, it could take on a python, and it really just did a hell of a job. So if you're trying to find something around the 2 to 4 million range, I recommend going for the Diamondback Scout and then upgrading to a cheapo vulture in the 7 million range. I was really hoping for some big ships here, but we're not running into any, unfortunately. Now we do have a Type 9 on the radar, and that tends to attract bigger ships. But it seems like the RNG is not with us this time. Alright, here we go with the dropship. Now again, the Federal ships, they really handle very well now. They're slow. Well, I say slow, but the Federal assault ship can almost get up to 400 meters per second, which is substantial. But the dropship is fairly slow, the gunship is fairly slow. But they can turn on a dime now, so this could get interesting. Federal assault ship versus dropship. Now we are going to do a waiting thing here. We're going to wait till he turns, and then get him with the plasma. And then we're going to stick on his tail as much as possible. Look at that, shields are already down. Get us off some plasma shots here. And it looks like he's going to be in trouble. Now the Federal dropship, he has 4 medium and 1 large. Which is very close to the Fer-de-Lance. The Fer-de-Lance has 4 medium and 1 huge. Now right now we're kind of lacking on the huge front. All we have is the cannon and the plasma accelerator. So I think maybe the Fer-de-Lance will really come alive more once we get more options for that huge. And the same case for the Corvette. The Corvette right now, all you have for options is the plasma accelerator and the cannons in the huge slots, which is a little bit annoying. The plasma accelerators are excellent alpha weapons, but a lot of the times when you're in the heat of the battle, trying to land both plasmas can be kind of tricky. So sometimes the cannons are the way to go, because you can put huge gimbaled cannons and use them a little bit more often. But it doesn't feel like they do a lot of damage right now. I'm not sure if maybe some numbers haven't been transposed, or maybe they're just not doing the module damage like I think they should be doing, but it just doesn't seem like they are doing a whole lot of damage right now. So I actually went back to using dual plasmas instead of dual cannons. And of course, dual plasma uses tons of energy. So you're kind of up the creek on build variety once you're using the dual plasmas. And you can only get your shields up to 1,300 megajoules, where you can almost get up to 1,500 when you're using dual cannon because they don't use as much power. Oh man, we are just not getting any big ships this time around. Another Fer-de-Lance, which is okay. I was really hoping for some more Anacondas. Or even a Federal Corvette. You know, I haven't seen a Federal Corvette yet in an RES. I hear that you can find them in combat zones, but I haven't seen them in an RES yet. So what is this guy doing? Looks like he's trying to get a scan on us here. But we're just as maneuverable as he is now. So he's not going to get into a superior fighting position. And already we're about to drop his shields. Yep, shields down. Oh, missed with the plasma. I thought he was going to accelerate more, so I was leading, but it just didn't happen. Oh, look at that, he juked. So tricky. Now the Fer-de-Lance is a little bit faster than the Federal assault ship, and I think it's actually a little bit more maneuverable too. But he's only master rated, and that's probably why he's not being a little bit more competitive. And down he goes. There we go. Now the Fertile Lance kind of suffers the same way that the Vulture does. It has very limited internals, where the Federal Assault Ship has got tons of internals. Well, I say tons, but better than a Vulture or a Fertile Lance. The drop ship is still winning the internal fight, but that's not a big deal. The Federal Assault Ship has more than enough for a PvE loadout. Like right now, I'm carrying around a planetary vehicle hangar, and I'm still wrecking here, and a hazardous RES. Oh, got a miss. But I might be able to get him. Oh man. Now the DBS actually has excellent heat management, so sometimes lasers don't do as much damage, but it doesn't look like he had any kind of hull reinforcements. He actually went down pretty quick, which is not a great advertisement for the Diamondback Scout. But like I said, it's very good ship, I would think, after the Viper. If you're starting out with your RES hunting, I think the Viper is probably the ship to shoot for. After about 2 million, I think. 1.5, 2 million, you can get yourself a pretty decent Viper. Man, where did all the good ships go? Alright, I think we're going to try a relog, so hopefully we can get some more Clippers and Anacondas. Stand by! Okay, so it looks like we have the Clippers, so we might have a more decent roll here. Oh. Alright, so we're both scanning each other here. Now this is a deadly Clipper, so he should put up a pretty good fight. Now the Clipper is a large ship, so he might have a little bit more firepower. But the Clipper also has a very good pitch rate. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're a fan of the Clipper, is the clip rate. The pitch rate is fantastic. Now a lot of people said that they fixed the death roll, which I call it, with 1.5. But as you saw, the Clipper still does it all the time. The Python still does it all the time, where it just kind of rolls in front of you, waiting for you to attack. So it's still very prevalent. It seems they did fix the asteroid ramming. That was another problem with 1.4. But that seems to be fixed for the most part now.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, nothing that's big close to us here. How disappointing. But 1.4 was a huge improvement over 1.3. 1.3, oh my goodness, what a mess. They messed up the RESs for the first part. RESs in 1.3 was a real pain in the butt. Sometimes you wouldn't get any decent ships. You had to relog 6, 7 times before you got something good, which was a real pain. So 1.4 was a big relief there.
Target shields offline.
But 1.4 introduced the Roll of Death and the asteroid ramming, so it was kind of a double-edged sword there. Yeah, poor little DBS, he's out of the game. Ooh, an Anaconda. Fantastic. This is what we really want. Now an Anaconda, or I'm sorry, the Vulture can handle an Anaconda no problem at all. It is so maneuverable, it can just stay out of the firing arc all day long and just not get hit. Oh, he rammed us. What a jerk. Oh, what a jerk. Now our shields are down to 1 ring.
Scan detected.
Come here. There we go. Alright, so we're kind of on equal footing here. 1 ring each, even though his 1 ring is going to be way stronger than our 1 ring. We're just going to wait to get into a firing position here. Here we go. He's firing shaft, but it doesn't even matter. We are so close, it makes no difference at all. And his shields are down. It looks like it's not going to be much of a contest here. And of course, not hard to hit an anaconda with the plasma. Look at that, his power plant's already at 0. We just ate him up. Which is kind of sad because the anaconda is one of my favorite ships. It's sad to see it go down like that, but...
Target destroyed. Frameshift charge detected.
But it's good for the FAS, I suppose. Now, if you saw my Corvette video, the Corvette kind of seems like the big ship to go to now. It's a lot more maneuverable than the Anaconda. There we go, another gunship. Oh. Powered engines. Get back in range of the gunship here. There we go. Yeah, and we only had one ring of shields, and we could just stay out of his firing arc all day long. Now the gunship's going to be a little bit different because he has the same maneuverability, well, not as us. If you look at Coriolis, gunship has a 2 out of 10, where the assault ship has a 6 out of 10, so it's far more maneuverable. But really, the pitch rate on these Federal ships are just crazy now. Alright, let's begin our attack. It's popping chaff, and he's smaller than Anaconda, so it still has an effect here. But that's not going to affect our plasma. So we can get off some plasma shots here. Look at him. Look at his pitch rate. It's fantastic. Well, he's trying an SCB. So we're going to try to eat through his shields before the SCB finishes. But man, I think it got off, but we still got rid of his shield. So that's a win for us. Oh, we missed. That's okay. Man, we are just right on top of him here. Plasma reloading. Okay, we are reloaded. Got some plasma shots while the chaff is going. He's trying to outmaneuver us, but it's just not going to happen. There we go. And we're right on his 6. He's going to be in real trouble now. The plasma and the power plant's gone. So now he's going to be dead in the water here. And he's going to pop. Yep, he's out.
Target destroyed.
Alright, we got a Python. Let's see if he's a miner or a threat. He's about to go out, one way or the other. Okay, he's wanted. So we're just going to go after him here real quick. Make sure we get our hits in before he dies. Steal a kill. Yeah, look at that. He's almost out already. The poor Python. The Python was my favorite ship back in 1.1, back before it got the nerf. But even in 1.2, 1.3 post-nerf, it was still kind of my favorite ship. Because it's got internals for days. And power too. Got tons and tons of power. Alright, Federal dropship here. Put our scan on them, get some extra monies. He's fighting somebody, but it's not a great fight. He's still got full shields. Going to try and get behind him here a little bit before we engage. Come on. Looks like he's flying backwards. Yep, he's flying backwards. That's what's going on. So we just popped chaff. That's okay, because we're going to hit with the plasma. Alright, now he knows he's got a real threat. So he's juking a little bit more. Now he's in trouble.
Target
His shields are
offline.
down. And we're gonna try... Oh, he got us with plasma. How do you like that? That's okay. Now the frontal assault ship is almost seems like it's set up for lasers and plasma. Because we got lasers on the bottom of the ship and the plasma on top. So you really kind of have to be leading just to get your lasers on target. And while you're leading, you can get your plasma on target. So it almost seems like it's made for this kind of setup. There we go. Now we're getting on the 6.
Incoming hatch break limpet.
Our shields are up, and we're not carrying cargo, so we care about hatch breaker limpets.
Hatch break limpet avoided.
And
Target
plasma.
shields online.
And
Incoming hatch break limpet.
plasma.
Target shields offline. Hatch break limpet avoided.
And he's almost got our shields down, but his power plant is out, so yeah, the fight is pretty much over. And looks like he's gonna pop. Yep, and he's out. So who's he fighting? I guess he was fighting that asp. But that asp is fighting somebody too. I guess that DBS. Might as well get our scan in. Get a few extra bucks. Now the DBS is a lot more maneuverable than us. But his shields are almost down. Well, ours are too, but we're a bigger threat here.
Target shields
Oh,
offline.
he popped chaff. That's smart thinking on his part. He's pretty small. He's going to be hard to hit with plasma. It's going to have to be a lucky shot, but he gets out of our firing arc. Here we go again. Ooh, a lucky shot. Yeah, it looks like that plasma messed him up pretty good. He's out of the fight.
Target destroyed.
Alright. Let's see if we got any more targets out here. Yeah, so recently I started messing around with a vulture with dual plasma. It was definitely interesting. I don't know if it killed any faster than a dual pulse vulture, but it was a little bit more exhilarating to play, I think, because really it's an all or nothing build. Either you get in there and make your shots and take down your target, or you miss and get yourself into trouble. So it was definitely more exhilarating than a dual pulse, where dual pulse is just kind of automatic win mode. Alright, Anaconda. Time to play. Ooh, he's firing plasma too. Let's knock on his door here, let him know he's got a friend. Huh, just going after that asp, just as well. Time for us to lay into him with our triple pulse and plasma. Oop, he's firing the SCB, but I think we've got the energy to punch through. It's gonna be close. Okay, we're through. Excellent. Doing some pretty decent damage here. We're actually taking out more hull than we are module right now. Okay, now it's switched over. Now we're taking out more module. Wow, that was a miss. I can't believe it. We got one more plasma. There we go. Now it's got to reload. So we'll use up our lasers. We're getting hit a little bit, but no big deal. We haven't even lost our shields yet so far. Alright, his power plant is out. And we get the pop.
Target destroyed.
Excellent. And now we're off to a clipper. So it looks like we got a pretty good roll this time. And no wings, which is what we like. Now in the Corvette you can kind of take on some wings, because the Corvette has got the shields to put up with that kind of thing, where the FAS does not. But the Corvette is also way more expensive. About 155 million with the 50% discount. Just the base price, and about 600 million fully loaded, which is pretty significant. And not to mention you have to be a rear admiral to purchase it. And the rank grind is real with 2.0/1.5. Before you could just kind of go to Tune and grind out some charity missions, but they fixed Ton, or Tune, however you want to pronounce it, so that's not a thing anymore. A lot of people in my Corvette video was asking how did I make Rear Admiral, and the fastest way is still charity missions, but now you have to put in some legwork to figure out where to go. You have to look at the background simulation and figure out a system that is either in a bust or in famine, and then spam the charity missions to make rank the fastest. That is still the best way to do it, charity missions. Now that's only going to work if you've got a lot of money to use. And if you're thinking about buying a Corvette, you better have a lot of money. So the way I did it at the time, I went to 17 Draconis was the name of the system. It's way outside of the bubble, about 500 light years, I think. And there was a lot of smuggling missions that you could pick up there. Oh, here we had a Wing of 3. So we're probably not going to mess with this Anaconda. Unless his wing is Eagle. His wing is Eagles. And if it's Eagles, we can probably take them. Because Eagles we can take out pretty quick. They are Eagles. Decisions. Do we try and take out these Eagles, then the Anaconda? If these guys were in a fight, it would be a no-brainer. But right now, they're not fighting anyone, so if I attack them, they're just going to be all over me. So I think for now, let's go after this dropship, and we'll come back to the Anaconda. He's in a wing too. Great. And it looks like... Oh man, an assault ship and a dropship? Forget it. We can't go up against that. Boo. Alright, so it looks like we got another Anaconda here, and he is solo, so he is ours. Oh man, I think this might be my last ship here. It feels like I've been rambling on for quite a while, and you're probably sick of hearing drunk Gypsum. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be our last one before we head back to the station. Alright, what's he doing? Let's get off our last plasma. There we go. Okay, so we'll go with lasers while the plasma's reloading. Oh, he's trying to get around, but we're not going to let him. Sorry, Mr. Anaconda. We're not going to let you get in on a firing position. Yep, try rolling, maybe. Try something else. No, we're not even going to let your SCP finish. What do you think about that? There we go. Shields down. Uh-oh. We're jousting. Coming in for the joust. Well, at least didn't get the ram in. The ram could have taken down our shields. And looks like we're going to scoot in behind them. It's getting in some fire. is not enough to take down the shields. So it looks like someone else has come down to visit us here. Oh, 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 oh. Put on the handbrake here. Come on, guy. Ooh, just saw an explosion. Serves you right. You shouldn't be an anaconda and by yourself. That's not going to end well. And we are just out of power here. Alright, his power plant is at 0. He's trying to coast out. Uh-oh, uh-oh, ramming. Oh man, almost took down our shields. But that took him out. Oh man, another anaconda? We can't say no to another anaconda. Oh, he's gonna win it too. With a vulture. Yeah, never mind. We're not gonna go after that. We're just gonna leave. Especially with our shields almost down. Nah, we're just gonna get out of here. I don't think we can take out a vulture slash anaconda. Alright, and away we go.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Alright, and the beauty of 1952 SETI is the system is, or the station is so close by. It's right there. So man, you can't even get to full power to the FSD before you're ready to arrive at the station. It's beautiful. Alright, and now we're on final approach. Here we go. With 1 second left on the clock. And the FAS so fast, almost 400 meters per second. Which is excellent. And so maneuverable, we can pretty much just go through the slot at full speed. Even though I do not recommend speeding if you're in open, because certain commanders like to kamikaze you and have the station blow you up. So yeah, so don't speed in open, everybody. And there's our landing spot.
Landing gear deployed.
Come in for a nice, smooth landing.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Alright, so let's see how much credits we made. Almost 1.8 million, not too bad, and our shields didn't drop the whole time, which is fantastic. So yeah, the Federal Assault Ship, 1.8 million for about a half hour's worth of work. Ah boy, I don't know if I would call it a vulture replacement, but I think it deserves a spot in the pecking order for resource extraction site bounty hunting. So I would probably say Viper, Diamondback Scout, Vulture, and then Federal Assault Ship. You do have to make some rank in the Federation Navy, which can be kind of a pain in the butt, but I think it's worth it for this ship. And it's not very high anyways. I believe it's only Ensign, which you should be able to make pretty quickly. So I would say if you are running a Vulture right now and you want something a little bit different, I say go for it. You're going to get some extra internal slots for planetary landing, or just some extra options really. And I think it's really a way to go. So thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it, and please stay tuned for more Elite Dangerous videos and reviews. And Commanders, I will catch you all in the black. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought in the comments. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to see all of my latest videos.